What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to be looking at the top stocks and penny stocks that have a potential to spike up another 100% if they have positive news. And with there's a lot of pump going on with these stocks, there's definitely going to be an upside potential. So I'm going to explain to you guys these top stocks and these penny stocks in this video, guys. I'm also going to be doing a recap of the stock market and what is the important things that you guys need to look for tomorrow, the scheduled reports coming out that could potentially affect the stock market. I'm going to be going over all of these stocks and information in this video, so make sure you stay tuned. Now let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so before we get into the video, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you have any questions, make sure you drop it in the comment section below. So before we get into those stocks, guys, this was the stock that I was covering in the past. I made several videos of this company, INO, and as you can see over here, the stock went 40% to the upside today, as you can see over here, mainly because of the government actually providing funding for this company, and they're actually buying some of the products that this company is going to be producing. As you can see over here, the government actually announced $71 million in funding from the Department of Defense to manufacture a handheld device that delivers its experimental COVID-19 vaccine. So this is a really, really fantastic. Not only did they funded it, but they also bought it, and the company is also currently in phase 1 clinical trials for the specific vaccine. As you can see from the chart over here, it's a very beautiful breakout. It has like a triangle that it formed, the pattern that it kind of formed, and it just broke out to the upside. It was just kind of consolidating in this kind of range, and now it's currently at $21.57. I made several videos talking about it when it was like actually trading around like below $10. It was kind of like a penny stock at the beginning of the year. As you can see over here, the 52-week low for this company was around $1.52. As you can see over here, the 52-week low was $1.92, and the high that it made is $22.68, guys. So as you can see, there's a lot of potential for this company even to spike up to the upside again if they can actually go to phase 2 trials, phase 3 trials, because they're currently still at a phase 1 trial. So as you can see, the volume is currently at 170 million shares traded to date. So there's been a lot of buying and selling going on, and the previous average volume that the company used to have was like 28 million shares traded per day. So this is really fantastic news. So if you're involved in this company, this is really, really fantastic. And the year-to-date chart is just slowly just trending to the upside. And as long as there's no solution for the pandemic, as long as this company is going to be providing, support for the government and from people, that is going to be one of the major forces that's going to make this company to climb to the upside. And the 1-year price target was actually $16. Now it went to $21.57, guys. So this is really, really fantastic. Now let's go back to the other stock. Now I'm going to talk about one of the penny stocks that we talked about also in the previous video, one of the previous videos. This is actually one of the subscribers that mentioned this stock, and we went over this stock. As you can see over here, it popped up today 40.7% to the upside, and there's definitely going to be an upside potential for this stock because they're going to be reporting earnings pretty soon too. As you can see over here, the share of the float is basically low, is 27.92%, and there's going to be definitely an upside potential. If the stock continues to go to the upside, it will definitely go to the upside. As you can see, it definitely likes to have a continuation days, even when it kind of spiked up. As you can see in the past, it has like 2, 3, 4 days of continuation to the upside. When we were actually looking at Shll stock, the price point that we were looking at was if it was able to hold above the price point of 15 cents, that this is a great opportunity for us to get involved in it, risking off of this area, because this was kind of the area that we're going to be using as a support. This is the area it kind of like broke out of this area, so you can have risk off of this price point, and you can have a good reward to the upside. As you can see, it broke out. Now the area that we can use as a support is going to be the 19 to 20 cents. So if we can stay above the 20-cent area and continues to trend, that is going to be a good opportunity for a continuation to the upside. But you can definitely use this price point that it broke out as a support for you if you want to continue to hold the Shll stock. So as I mentioned, and now let's move on to the other stock that's in the same sector that has an upside potential to go to the upside. As you can see over here, this is another penny stock that's in the same sector. The ticker symbol is TOPS, and it also spiked up today, just like ships. So the average volume for this company is 88 million, but the volume that it traded today was 368 million shares. So it kind of spiked up similar to ships, but it's not actually trending to the upside, just like ships. But you can definitely squeeze up a few percentage of profits because they're in the same sector. They can potentially spike up together if one of those stocks keep continuing to go to the upside. So keep an eye on TOPS. All right, guys, now let's talk about the biggest stock that is having a lot of hype. So this is Hylion. So Hylion is going to take a reverse merger path to public trading pretty soon. Currently, it's trading with the ticker symbol SHLL. And the current price of the stock is currently at $17.40. We're going to be looking at exactly a video of this truck being driven, taken with a test drive with the CEO. Is going to explain to us exactly how the car is designed and how they're able to transform, some of the trucks, the diesel truck into probably, electric trucks, so that is really fantastic thing to do. So this truck is definitely going to be more competitive to the Nikola truck, to the Tesla truck. So we can definitely going to be seeing some competition in the future. But now let's look at a quick video of this truck being tested by the CEO and other drivers, truck drivers.
The best way to describe it is, 2 years ago, we were still in the development phase. We were working on the technology. Now we're at a standpoint where we've got over 500,000 miles driven on our trucks.
So you can order it?
You can.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're running our flagship fleet program right now, which is we're working with about a dozen fleets, and those are going to be the early adopters, the initial fleets that we're rolling the technology out.
So you've got a conventional diesel tractor that's been converted over to now being a hybrid electric diesel. So you've still got your full Detroit, full diesel engine up in the front, but now you've got an electric battery pack, a cooling system, and a controls box mounted onto the frame rail. And in terms of the drive axles, you've got a purely diesel drive axle here, and then your rear axle is now a purely electric axle. So you've got two independent sources of energy. And the diesel axle is still your primary drive, but when the vehicle is going to accelerate or it hits an uphill, the electric axle now kicks in and takes some of the load off of the diesel engine, which then reduces the amount of fuel the truck's consuming. We've got an air conditioning system that when you're driving down the road, we use it to cool your battery pack. But when you're stopped at a rest area, you can switch the system over to use that air conditioning to actually cool the cab. We also have in-cab heating and an inverter so that you can run all of your iPhone, your TV off of our battery pack. When Dan's accelerating, this emblem will turn green, and when it turns green, that means that the electric axle is kicking in and it's applying power. When this emblem turns blue, it means that it's doing regen braking, so it's actually capturing energy off that axle and charging up the battery pack. When it's white, like it is now, that means the axle is doing nothing. It's just coasting. It's along for the ride. And then on the left side of the screen, we've developed what we call eco-driving, which is a tool that we use to encourage drivers to be more fuel efficient in their driving. So as they do light acceleration or they're coasting the vehicle, they'll actually accumulate points and create a higher eco score for their driving. And as you accumulate more points, we have a driver rewards program that we incentivize the drivers to be more fuel efficient drivers.
All right, guys, so as you can see on the video, guys, so this is a pretty cool truck, and it's definitely going to be, showing a lot of competition for the Nikola truck, because Nikola, we still haven't seen, the actual truck being driven and things like that. So that is one of the downsides of Nikola stock. It's just because of the Nikola company, is because of that. So there's no prototype and things like that being driven, just like some pictures and things like that. But for this company, we saw those cars, guys, and as you can see over here, it's currently trading at $17.40. But when these companies did a reverse merger and went public, just like when you see at Nikola stock, Nikola was kind of trading at around, it broke out of the $34, and it just shot up to $90 within a span of 2-3 days, guys. So there's definitely going to be hype and potential for these stocks to spike up to the upside. So definitely, even if you don't like the company, or if you don't want to invest in it and things like that, just play the hype if you believe there's going to be a potential to the upside. And I see a definite potential for this company to spike up. Now it's kind of pulling back again. So there's definitely potential for the stock to spike up, to even go to like $24, just double, just that's like 100%, or even like 150%, 200%. So I can see the stock definitely going to the upside in the next few months just because of the hype and the momentum of these companies have within the same sector. So now let's look at exactly, what happened in the stock market, guys, today. And I'm going to give you guys a quick recap, and also we're going to talk about what are the important events that's coming up tomorrow and some of the reports that are going to be reported that can potentially affect the market. As you can see, we just continue to go to the upside. Mainly it's because of, the tech sector has been hot. The Apple stock hit all-time highs. It just continues to go to the upside. Nothing is stopping that stock. But at the close, around like 2 hours right before market close, it kind of sold off a little bit. But, the numbers of the people that are having cases are just spiking up again. But, the market really does not care about that at this moment. It just keeps going up and going up again. But Apple stock hit at all-time highs. Netflix kind of pulled back a little bit right before the market closed. But the technology sector is just really, really, really strong right now. But the airline sector is just getting beaten down again because of the pandemic numbers rising up again and again. So that if you're holding, American Airlines, you're down probably just like 16 to 20% within the past 2-3 days. So that's a pretty big hit. Because of the pandemic, now it's kind of going down to the price point that it just broke out of, which is $12. So that's kind of insane. Even after hours, it's kind of down 0.64%. So these companies are getting a lot of hit because of the pandemic, and that is mainly the issues that's happening right now, guys. So, but the overall market seems kind of to trend to the upside, mainly because of the tech sector just being spiking up and having a really, really good potential to the upside. Let's look at the heat map for the overall market. As you can see, Microsoft, Apple, the technology sector, just really, really strong. Google, Facebook, Amazon, they're up like 1%, 2%, 6%, 0.6%. And also the financials are kind of bounced back, like Bank of America, JP Morgan. All of these companies are having, pretty good upside days today. So that's why it's kind of like trending. The market was stayed up to the upside a lot, So UNH also, the healthcare sector, kind of participated today too. So that's really a good thing to see when the market is kind of holding to the upside. But tomorrow, the important things that you need to be looking for, that's going to be a reports coming out tomorrow. It's going to be at 9 a.m. the IMF World Economic Outlook. They're going to be reporting that. Also at 9 a.m. the FHFA Home Price Index year-over-year change is going to be reported for the month of like June. They're going to be reporting it. So they're anticipating the previous one was 5.9%. So we're going to see exactly if it's going to be above that or below that. That can have an effect on the overall market. And at 12:30 p.m., the Chicago Fed President Charles Evans speaks. And at 3 p.m., the St. Louis Fed President James Bullard speaks. So keep an eye on these reports and these events coming up tomorrow. They can definitely affect the markets to the upside, to the downside. But keep an eye on all these stocks that we talked about. They definitely have a high potential, guys, for tomorrow. But this is going to be the end of the video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like the video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, guys. But I'll catch you guys on tomorrow's video. Have a wonderful day, guys.